that moment just keeps replaying back in my head. You know, to the point where I couldn't sleep. I wasn't eating. You know, cutting my arms, attempting to suicide. Yeah, just because I felt like, man, that shouldn't have been him. That should have been me. 147 checking in. Calboy. This is Saige. This is Street Walks with Saige.
Thanks to D-Love for making this happen. So basically, this is called Street Walks with Saige, and it's just walking on the street, talking to artists, but it's supposed to be as much of a conversation as possible. Like, I don't really have like crazy research done or like all these questions set. It's just supposed to be like, let's talk because I'm curious about people and like you're successful and let's highlight that.
It's good.
Okay, so first of all, you said you had a good flight.
Yeah, cool flight. And I'm fresh off the flight. I ain't changing nothing. I'm just
hell yeah.
Straight off the plane. Got here.
And what are you in New York for?
Some studio, photo shoot with Puma. Meeting with the label. So a few different things.
Okay. Do you have a deal with Puma?
Working on it.
Okay.
Working on it. This is just the first like relationship build up type of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm working on it.
Are you used to being in front of a camera like that now?
Yeah. I'm comfortable with a camera now. I've been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah, so you put on some Puma shoes and be like comfortable with like all your faces and stuff?
Yeah.
That's cool. And wait, what else did you say? Studio? So do you come sometimes to New York or certain cities just for certain studios?
Yeah. Certain cities give me certain vibes, you know what I'm saying? I get a live lit type of energy when I'm here. When I'm in Miami, it's more like a cool, laid back, chill vibe, vacation type of energy.
Yeah.
So I go to different cities and record different things, you know what I'm saying?
So what's the vibe in New York? Just more energy? Anything?
Yeah, I just feel the energy here. You see all these bright lights and all these folks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different energies around.
Yeah.
I definitely can feel them, so. I make great music here.
Hell yeah. Any particular songs that you made in New York that you can think of?
Some of my poppin' music that I made here. What did I make here? I recorded Unjudge Me here.
Okay.
Featuring Moneybagg Yo. This is one of my biggest songs.
I love Moneybagg Yo.
I recorded Adam and Eve here.
Okay.
Yeah, in the Polo Grounds studio. That's who I'm signed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Polo Grounds RCA. What else did I make here? I just dropped a little freestyle called Sergeant Calboy with my man AZ on From the Block. I recorded that here. So a lot of lit music here.
So you remember like thinking of those, you can remember which studio you were in and where and everything?
Yeah, for sure. I was in Manhattan Beach for like maybe a couple of days. 4 or 5 days, and I cooked up Patience and all of the early music from Wild Boy, and then I finished that in the Polo Ground studio.
Okay.
In the label studio.
So you really do keep track of each of them.
Yeah. It's not that I keep track, I just remember.
Yeah, it's not like a conscious thing.
Yeah.
So have you ever been to Times Square before?
Yeah, a few times. I actually shot a video here.
Oh, which video?
It didn't go that big. Psalms 23.
When did that come out?
I got a song called Psalms 23. That came out right around the Envy Me time.
Okay.
I filmed that before Envy Me dropped and went crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, I shot it right around here somewhere.
And where were you when you recorded Envy Me?
LA.
Okay.
I was in Blackwood Studios.
Sorry.
Excuse us.
You said what?
Blackwood Studios in LA. Yeah.
This guy's trying to get in your
What's going on?
So by the way, like we can feel free to, like when things like that happen, like we can interact or whatever. It doesn't have to be like anything super formal. Okay, so because this is our first time doing an interview, let's like go back a little bit. And I know in other interviews you've talked about your background, but for my audience, I want to set that groundwork.
Yeah.
So give us a little rundown on where you're from, your family life, all of that.
From the south side of Chicago. Born in Roseland Hospital.
We got the hospital.
Yeah. I'm from the hundreds, you know. Relocated to Calumet City, where I kind of found base for myself, and I just hit the ground running. I always knew I wanted to be an artist since like maybe 8, 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? Recording myself in the closet.
Okay, so you did start that young, but then you didn't like actually.
I didn't ever put nothing out.
Okay.
I just knew. It's just like with any art. I'm an artist in all aspects, so I knew in that aspect that I had to develop and had to like figure out my lane and what did I do best. You know what I'm saying? So I started really early. My uncle told me that like whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying, tap into it early and just do it. You know what I'm saying? So I was about 9 years old. He bought me my first mic. I torrented it Pro Tools from the internet somewhere. I didn't pay for nothing.
That's the way to do it.
I got in there and I just started working. And now it's second nature to me.
So I want to talk more about the music, obviously, but just sticking to like the background. So you mentioned your uncle.
Yeah.
Your dad was in the picture, and so was your mom.
Yeah.
But you primarily lived with your mom?
Yeah, and my grandmother.
Okay, so
my dad went to jail a few times. You know what I'm saying? So you know he was absent. You know, here and there.
But they weren't together, right?
Oh, they wasn't together.
Okay, but you.
Feel good right here.
I know this is actually like the subway, which is probably like really gross, but it feels good, right? Are you okay? Like, are you freezing?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. So can I ask what your dad went to jail for?
The first time, I really don't know. Some street activities outside doing something he ain't had no business doing. I really don't know. I was young. So I know the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? Just every day hustling in the hood. But I don't know.
Hustling and getting caught.
Yeah, just hustling and getting caught.
And then what did your mom do growing up?
Man, my mom did a little bit of everything. She used to play piano. She's a what you call those folks? Phlebotomist.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of those. Man, my mama did a lot of things. A lot of my music inspirations come from my mother too, because she played the violin, she played the cello, the piano, and
awesome.
she's a soprano in the choir.
Okay. Wait. So what? That's like your voice, right?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah. She was the high tone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the choir.
So was there music around a lot growing up?
Yeah, a lot of different music, a lot of different studios, a lot of in-house studios. That's how I knew so early what to get and how to build my own studio, because my dad had one. My uncle was writing raps because he was back and forth from jail a lot. You know, that was like my big homie. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's my uncle, it was like more like a big brother, you know, a mentor.
How did that come to be? Because like I got uncles that I mean, I love them, but like.
I mean, my family is just real tight. You know what I'm saying? The whole family, everybody in the family is real close.
So how many siblings do you have?
On my mom's side, I have 4.
And then what about your dad's?
On my dad's side, I have 4 more.
Okay. And so what's the breakdown as far as age differences and closeness? And...
I'm in the middle of both.
Okay.
I'm in the middle.
And sisters and brothers?
Yeah, on my mother's side is 2 sisters, 2 brothers. On my dad's side is 3 brothers, 1 sister.
And what kind of jobs do they have? Like, it's not that often that people become successful in music, period, unfortunately. So I'm guessing, so what do your siblings do?
Man, my older sister, she's very crafty. She has a candle business right now.
A condo business?
A candle.
Oh, candle,
She do custom candles and incense and all that type of oils and smell goods.
Entrepreneur?
Yeah, nice business going for herself right now. You know, of course, I'm help push that.
That's awesome.
My younger brother is now an artist.
Oh,
he influenced by me, so he's now an artist. You know, my other brother is back behind the camera on the management.
Are you guys actually related?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's my older brother.
Good blood over here.
Yeah. I got a younger sister, just graduated high school.
Okay, so she's figuring it out.
Yeah, so she's figuring it out. She probably gonna go the college route. we all tried the college route and didn't
How
do
long
anything
did you go
with
for?
it. I didn't go for a very long time. I just went probably the first semester and I dropped out.
Okay, that's cool.
My
That's
grandmother works in admissions in the college.
Oh, really?
Northwestern in Chicago, Northwestern.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, she got me in there pretty smooth. My grades was up to par, so it was easy getting in. But I just never had a drive. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I just
Not for that.
yeah.
But
not for that.
did you do kind of well in school?
Yeah, fairly well. I was a average student, AB student.
Would you actually do your homework and study?
No.
But you just did well naturally?
No, yeah, I just did well naturally. I never studied for a test, and I always passed the test.
I always thought that was cool. I was the kind of kid who like had to study
Yeah.
to do well, and I always did well, but I had to study.
Nah, I never had to study, and I always had help. I was a kind of popular student, so you know I had girls and homies that would take care of my homework for me sometimes. And I skated through school real easy.
That's cool. It sounds like you also like were maybe a little bit naturally smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, okay, let's talk a little bit, like let's shed some light on your hardships growing up and like the financials or lack of. What was that like?
Man, we was poor for sure.
So like, what
we
is
was
that,
poor for sure.
what does that mean? Was that like not having a meal every day?
Close.
So
Close.
Can you try to paint a picture of it?
Yeah. It was more like man, it's a big family in a 4-bedroom house. You know, trying to make it. So from the outside looking in, we was okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it was some days where we didn't know what we was gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Or some days the lights went out. We got to burn these candles for 3-4 days till the lights come back on. When it rained, sometimes the water came up through the basement, about that high. Now our feet wet and we sleeping in it. You know, we got to push broom it. It was a lot of different little things, but it didn't feel like poverty. It didn't feel like a bad situation because our family was so tight. You know what I'm saying? So we always made the best out of everything, had fun, but we just didn't have finances.
Yeah, but you were aware of that?
Yeah.
Like always?
Yeah.
Or as far as like you could remember?
Yeah. When we was younger, I probably wasn't aware of it to that extent. But as I started to grow, I started to see the Christmases get smaller and the holiday seasons get smaller and
then like other kids getting like a bunch of presents and all that.
Yeah, and then like I said, when I was young and going into my middle school days, we moved to Calumet City, which is a suburb outside of Chicago. And that was kind of worse because I didn't have nothing, and my peers going to school and their parents buying them cars and new clothes and this, that. We didn't have to wear uniforms, so I was always like the bummy kid in school.
And were you ever embarrassed?
No, because I was cool. My personality and all that made up for it. And I was a hustler, so you couldn't really tell. You know what I'm saying? I was going to find me a way.
And what do you mean you were a hustler?
I always found out how to make some money all the time. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was doing some work for the neighbors, whether it was cutting some grass, whether it was, you know what I'm saying, selling a little weed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, figuring it out.
And I always figured it out. You know
and so the south side of Chicago is dangerous, right?
Very.
So going outside at that age, like, were you scared?
No, you don't realize how dangerous it is once you live in it.
Because you're just in it.
You just in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got cousins, I got my uncle, which was my mentor. They labeled him a habitual criminal. He went in and out of jail so much. You know what I'm saying? That was natural to us.
Yeah, you didn't know any different. That's your world.
Yeah, it's just what it was.
So do you feel like I interviewed G Herbo.
Yeah,
also,
that's my boy.
He's so great.
Yeah.
And
super cool dude.
You know, he had a project, you know, just similar to you. Like you had a project called Anxiety and
he got one
called PTSD. And we talked a lot about his trauma growing up in Chicago in, you know, not the best area. So Do you feel like
I started to experience. I kind of cut your question off.
No, go ahead. I want to hear you talk anyway.
I started to experience that trauma as I got older. When I was a kid in Chicago, I was just being a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like we seen stuff, you know what I'm saying? Shootouts or whatever, but I wasn't involved, so it didn't scare me. You were like, look at those guys. You know what I'm saying?
It's like it's a story.
Yeah,
someone else.
Yeah, it was that type of energy. But as I got older, you know, I got involved in more stuff, you know what I'm saying, more friends. And then I started seeing it close hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I seen my homie James die at 15 years old.
Was he, I know you lost a friend to who was some type of violence, right?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Overdosing?
But yeah, but that's James that was doing the overdosing. He had some type of respiratory failure due to the Xanax he was taking. It messed up his respiratory system, and he ended up like stopping his breathing. And
did you watch it happen?
Yeah, I got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I sat there and I seen it, and I knew exactly what was going on. We called for help, and then they kind of cleared out the room. But yeah, the beginning stages of it, yeah, I seen it for sure.
So you feel like you have a trauma from that?
Definitely. That was probably the first thing I had trauma from. I was 15 years old. You feel me? I was a freshman in high school. You know what I'm saying?
And so, like, how does your trauma show? What is the trauma from that? I mean, obviously, I guess. I'm just asking,
man,
like, what that feels like.
How can I put that? It's more like a mental type of frustration that I get, because I don't know. I'm a loving person, you know? So seeing stuff like that hits in a different way, because these are my loved ones. These are my brothers, my family. And when I start seeing these type of things, you know what I'm saying, they just stick with me. I'll never forget them. You know what I'm saying? I watched another one of my homies get shot down. You know what I'm saying? That was later on. I was about 17 when that happened.
Was that horrific?
Yeah, that was a year before Envy Me. A year before I made the song Envy Me, yeah. And that was the same thing, like that moment just keeps replaying back in my head. You know, to the point where I couldn't sleep. I wasn't eating. You know, cutting my arms, attempting to suicide. Yeah, just because I felt like, man, that shouldn't have been him. That should have been me at the time, you know? I think I've grown to overcome a lot of that now. But yeah, at the time, it was definitely a hard situation.
So you took to self-harm because you felt like that should have been you. It shouldn't have happened to him.
Yeah.
And have you overcome that, the self-harm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I went to I was sent to 2 different psychiatric wards because I wasn't speaking about, like, from 15 all the way to 17, I really didn't talk about my emotions or talk to nobody. But my mom or my grandmother or my brother will always see me with the red eyes, and you know what I'm saying? I used to always have my sleeves like this because I used to cover my arms.
And were you ever cutting yourself with the intent to kill yourself, or was just to find satisfaction?
Both. Like, the time I actually just tried to, like, you know, take myself up out of here, it actually didn't happen. I don't know why I passed out. I thought I was gone. You know, my grandmother and my mama got me up out the bathroom, got me up, wrapped me up, took me to the hospital. I got stitched up or whatever. And they put me in a psychiatric ward for the first time. I was in St. Elizabeth, up north side of Chicago, 9th floor. I remember it like it's yesterday, you know. But
and when you were there, did it feel like, and this is not how you should feel, but so it's not how you should feel, but my question is...
It's easy to talk to now because I'm in a better space.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Okay. Thanks for being open about it, by the way. But did you feel like, were you scared, like, am I crazy? Like, do people, people perceive me as crazy, or am I crazy? Like, did that go through your head?
Yeah.
And let me also tell you, not that I've been in a position like that, but I deal with anxiety and OCD myself. It's something I've never said publicly. But to me, sometimes I'm like, am I crazy? Like, you know what I mean? And you're like, and then you realize that like everyone deals with shit to different extents or whatever. But did you ever have that feeling of like?
That's what made me stronger. Realizing that I wasn't the only one. You want a picture? We can take a picture.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Calboy, 147. Yeah, envy me. I'm with the gang, I'm with the mob. What was you thinking? We can take one. Go and take it, D-Love.
Nah, I want to spit something to you real quick if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, go crazy.
You want to hear something? Wait, let's take the picture first and then I'll spit something.
And you got to say your name too.
Okay.
Look, she tall, she can squat
I
down.
had to squat down for you, for me. Yeah, I'm right. I'm going to be honest, true. I'm right, but I memorize my shit. But
Right.
Alright, it goes like this. Get money, I'm doing these cash outs. I got a big chop, got it back out. When I get mad, you know I lash out. Hey, roll up, I'm Kennedy Jackson, throw it back. I don't tap out, just as a tax pick. Had to cash out, pretty fat bitch. Like I'm maxed out, fucking your bitch, who make the tap out. Fuck her asses, I'm a savage, never lacking. Pistol packing, always blacking. She say slacking, yeah.
Nice.
You going hard. Angie, what's your Instagram? Get her Instagram. You got music recorded?
No, I'm trying to. I need a real school. Like, for me, I need connections too. So
Okay.
I'm low key though. Calboy. I know I hate
Oh.
And can you tell the camera your IG or your Spotify or whatever you got?
My Instagram is A_roller. A_.
Nah, yo, Angie, take a picture real quick.
Yeah, let's take one.
Freestyle from Calboy.
Nah, that's lit. Go for it. Go for it. Damn. I can't even take your number. You probably ain't even want to holler after this.
Nah, he mad humble. I'm like,
Y'all can tap in with, that's my big brother right there.
That's your big brother.
Yeah, so. Go get his info.
Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. This
Yo,
is my gang, you know the
147,
vibe.
check it in. That way.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, keep working, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap in on the IG.
Tap in,
appreciate
tap
it.
in. Don't
Gotta
be
keep it
Hollywood.
pushing.
I'm not Hollywood.
It's good.
I think we were talking about like how it made you stronger.
Yeah. When I went to the psych ward the first time, it was different. Because I didn't want to talk to nobody. I was mad. I was feeling what I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? And so I stayed for a couple weeks. Then I came home. They used to ask me like, "Are you better? Do you feel better?" And then we had to do the group therapy thing where I got to tell why I'm there and all this extra shit.
This is still the first time you were in there?
Yeah, the first time. And then when I left, it just all hit me again. You know what I'm saying? I lost a few more homies. Just being involved in the streets, just trying to make a way. Then I went back. For sure. Gang, 147, check it in. Gang. It's all love, gang. For sure. But yeah.
So when you got out, it all hit you again?
It all hit me again. Just wanting to be in a better situation. Wanting to be away from all the stress and the BS. So I went back after lashing out again.
Were you forced to, or did you
Yeah,
choose to?
the second time I was forced to by my school.
Oh, okay.
I was in high school. I was probably like a junior.
Okay.
I was the junior then. And man, I ended up talking to somebody after fighting with some kids from the school or whatever. And it was getting bad, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up talking to this female about what I was going through. And she was so concerned, she went to my counselor and told my counselor. They called me down to the office. I remember this like it was yesterday. They called me down and they had all the security guards in this room. They like, go with these people right here. They gonna make you feel better. So I went with them. They took me back to St. Elizabeth. And from there, it was the same thing.
And you were cool with going that time?
No. I fought with him.
Okay.
I definitely fought with him.
And then after that, did you feel?
After that, I started to like interact, because at that time I was in a unit with much older people. The first time I went, I was with a bunch of kids.
Okay.
I didn't really want to talk, you feel me? I always felt like I was way more mature than what I actually was, so I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I was in there with the adults, I was 17 at the time, so I'm in there with 18, 19, 20-year-olds. It was a total different thing. They had real life stories, real life situations. You know what I'm saying?
And relatable.
A lot of them was going through some things worse than me. You know what I'm saying? So I started to understand. I started to look at things better, look at things different. My grandmother is real spiritual too. So, you know, when I got back home that time, she put a Bible in my hand. Read this. You know what I'm saying? Do this. Pray this way. And I started to manifest what I am today. Yeah.
So, okay, I want to talk about manifestation too, but I also want to say I'm really sorry about the loss of your friend James and your other friend and any other friends, of course.
Man, I probably got a list of 13, 14 friends gone.
It's terrible.
In a matter of that time, you know what I'm saying? Some was closer than others. I just lost my man's holiday like a couple months ago to some gun violence in Chicago. Before that, I lost my little homie Parrish to some more gun violence.
I'm so sorry about that.
You know what I'm saying? It's just Chicago streets though.
It's horrible. It's horrible. And okay, so on the note of violence, gun violence in particular, what is your opinion on rap and sometimes what seems like glorifying guns? What's your opinion there? And like, how can we help?
It's
like keep people safe.
Man, my take on that is very different, because that's where we from. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists that rap about that type of life just experience that type of life and don't know no better.
Yeah.
You know, so a person like me that do, it's a hard. It put me in a tough situation. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what is this for?
I'm doing the interview. It puts me in a tough situation because I feel for the ones that's talking about stop the violence and all that. I feel for them, and then I still feel where the super savages come from too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I get that.
I understand. My take on it is the individuals that do glorify it and do talk about it should just always focus on elevating too. You know what I'm saying?
Elevating in what sense? Themselves?
Yeah, elevating themselves, bettering themselves, getting out them situations that they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a way out.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's not a way out. It's a way out. It's a way out. It's a mindset first. You know what I'm saying? I'm prime example of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know real street individuals, and I know individuals that's not from that cloth at all. And I'm like somewhere in the middle now.
So coming from a place of trying to just understand, when it comes to what you're talking about, maybe some of the artists who are glorifying, for lack of better words, gun violence, it's just what they know.
Yeah,
so they don't mean to be like glorifying it.
They don't mean no harm by that. They just, that's where they from.
Yeah.
That's what they experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like some of the bigger artists like Dirk or even Herbo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you notice on the PTSD cover, the stars and the flag is all of his homies that passed away.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah. Them all of his friends that got killed due to gun violence or drugs, you know, things of that nature. So
yeah. So actually, in a sense, speaking on gun violence could also be like paying homage to the people that you love and lost too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's rooted in some anger too.
Oh, I believe that.
Towards the individuals that actually took those friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we're not really talking to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Like when I say we're, I'm just talking about rappers and
Yeah.
period. We're not influencing the world to go, well, the intent is not to influence the world to go do things or go kill people or go grab this gun and rob him or, you know, do whatever criminal activities that they may get from that music. It's just speaking our truths, speaking our peace, and speaking what we really feel about certain individuals that we encountered.
Yeah.
So
I think you said that really well. It gives a perspective of understanding.
yeah.
That's
Because my most advice that I give out to my fans and my supporters is to be true to yourself. Just be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you might hear something in my music that may sound like I'm glorifying something or I'm saying do this, but I'm just speaking my piece.
Yeah.
That's just my piece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you just feel my energy. That's what I want people to feel from my music, is the passion and the energy that I put into it.
Yeah.
And understand where I'm coming from, so they can be like, man, that's dope, that's soulful.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm not influencing nobody to go do whatever.
Yeah, that's not
you know
your
what I'm saying?
intent.
That's not the intent.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking my piece.
I think
And-
that's very well said.
I think that's the way for a lot of rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't feel when they throw certain individuals up in the media and be like, oh, he's a menace, or he's this. Like, actually, that individual just is very damaged up top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
You got
music,
shit to work through.
and music is therapeutic.
Yeah.
So yeah, we scream and we tell our truth on the beats and through the studio.
Yeah, it's your outlet. And why is it important to you to be true to yourself? Like, where does that come from? I mean, a lot of people say that, right? But like, why is that super important to you?
Because once you identify what you really is and what you put on this earth to do, everything changed for you. Like I just said before, like I started to manifest the person that I am now today after I got through all the BS. After I got over it, and after I started to understand the universe and how it works for you.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because I'm a big believer in the law of attraction.
Facts.
Have you ever read the book The Secret, by the way?
No.
You should.
About who?
Sandra Burns or something. I'll text it to D-Love or whatever.
Yeah, D-Love into a lot of books. He put me on to a lot of books that I actually have read, but not
in that same realm?
Yeah, in that same realm.
Oh, I would love to get those from you guys too. But anyway, it's the same concept. It's all these like basically stories of. Do you have to get it?
Yo, D-Love. Tell bro where we at.
Penn Station. Yeah. It's just all these stories of people manifesting things in their life. But you could read the book and hear more about it. I want to hear about like why for you. This is so loud. How did you start learning about the ability to manifest, and how did you start seeing that in your life?
You remember you asked me, like, did you feel like you was crazy up top? I did. You know what I'm saying?
You never actually answered that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they threw me off. Somebody threw me off or something. But yeah, I actually did for a while. I kind of felt like, man, I'm going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But with the help of my family, my grandmother, my big brother, they kind of taught me the way to think.
They taught you the way to think?
Yeah, not really taught me, but told me to look in different places for guidance. You know what I'm saying? As far as the books go, as far as the Bible go, you know, it's praying, searching for peace in different ways. You know what I'm saying? And once I understood that, I had to stop telling myself certain things in my head. And one of them was that I was crazy.
Oh yeah.
I had to let that
Full
go.
Circle. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to let it go. You know what I'm saying? And once I let it go and I worked to be a better person up top, up here, I became a better person.
So, but here, being that you did feel crazy at one point, you know, and for the people who, you know, mental health things just go away for, then cheers to them. But for a lot of people, it doesn't just go away. So, like, even though you know, like, I shouldn't tell myself I'm crazy.
What's going on? And I appreciate you. For sure. For sure. I appreciate you, dog.
Even though you know you shouldn't tell yourself I'm crazy or whatever, because then you're just going to manifest more of that. Exactly. At the same time, when you do have a day where you're feeling super anxious or you're feeling like...
I still have those.
So then how do you get out of that to get back to the proper mentality to manifest good things in life?
On the short term, like, once you really go through that, like, in that moment, you just have to relax, pull yourself back out of the situation, analyze it, whatever is causing you to react, however you react, and you have to analyze it, and you have to actually slow everything down around you and think. Like, think. It's work. You have to kind of train yourself to do that. But you can ask for help. You can get help from everybody around you, but you gotta want to not be that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once you want it for yourself, it's gonna happen. But I just say, when I'm feeling anxious or when I'm feeling down, I just gotta reevaluate my situation and just tell myself, yo, Cal, it's a lot of people in this world going through worse things than you. And that's what put me right back on. You know what I'm saying? Now we do. When I was younger, I didn't have that mental strength. Now I do. So it's just work. You just have to work on it, and want to be better. Once you want to be better, you become better. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. And it's easier said than actually done. And it took me years to get to where I'm at. I'm 22 years old now. You know what I'm saying? I've been to the psychiatric ward 3 times. You know, I done battled with the worst of the worst, you know? But I just want to be better.
And you don't even seem like you would be the kind of person who, like, talks about it a ton in, like, a complaining way or anything.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's just what it is.
And do you have any examples of how things have manifested in your life?
Yeah, definitely. Like I just told you, I lost my friend. I lost 2 of my friends right before I made my biggest hit single. And that was really because I really just sat back and I told myself, man, like, that way of life ain't gonna ever change. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about that way of life, I'm talking about the street life. You know what I'm saying? Or the streets of Chicago. That ain't gonna ever change. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Until every individual from that wanna change. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I can be the start of that. That's what I used to say to myself, like, man, I can be the start of a change, you know what I'm saying? I can be better, but first I gotta go, I gotta get mainstream, I gotta go big, you know what I'm saying? I used to tell myself that all the time. And then that following year, I made the biggest hit of my career.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so.
That's freaking awesome.
In real life, manifested that. I manifested that.
That's so cool. Yeah. And do you just look at that and feel so proud of yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I still think about that to this day. Like, I really pulled myself out of a situation that was hard for me. Yeah. And I did it.
On many levels.
Yeah, on many levels. And I did it, though. I really did it.
Well, thanks for sharing so much on that personal level. Now let's talk a little bit on the personal level of girls, females, and relationships and stuff. Yeah. So what did you learn from your last relationship? Like, what's the biggest thing that came out of it? Or a few things, whatever comes to mind.
Man, time changes people. Time definitely changes people. And everybody wasn't raised how you was.
Okay, can you give a little bit more context to, like, something there to help us understand?
Yeah. It's just,
But I mean, like, without, like, telling us who she was and all that stuff, whatever, but, like, about
during
that
this whole interview, I've been trying to tell you, but not tell you in detail. But with that situation, my last relationship was a bunch of head clashing. Because I rushed it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I rushed it. We rushed it.
Yeah,
You know
it
what
was
I'm saying?
rushed.
Yeah, just got into a relationship too fast without knowing each other fully. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm a real personal, loving, caring person, and I'm very family oriented. You know what I'm saying?
Which is awesome.
You can't say nothing about my brothers or my cousins, none of that. Like, I'm not rocking like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to be.
And my ex was totally different. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't really big on the family situation, you know what I'm saying? So we just always bumped. We didn't see eye to eye with a lot of things.
And then you said time, would you say time changes people?
Yeah, time definitely changes people.
So what, in time she got shittier or something?
Yeah, because I dated a female that was on the road to becoming a superstar too. You know what I'm saying? She signed a $3 million deal in a relationship with me. You know what I'm saying?
So like ego kind of got in the way kind of thing?
Everything swapped. Everything changed. It was the humble, hungry, I'm on the road to become something till I'm him. You know what I'm saying? I'm it. You know? So I don't know. I couldn't deal with that. It's very crazy.
Yeah. Staying humble is a nice thing.
Yeah. That's why I am the way I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I do is for my peoples, not for me personally. God know where we come from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was in a fucked up situation just like I was. You know what I'm saying?
They meaning who?
My family.
Oh yeah.
My peoples. So, man, when I'm out here moving around, I do this for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So actually, last thing on girls, do you have an ideal type? What does she look like? How does she act?
I really don't have an ideal type. I just like what I like.
So it's just chemistry?
Yeah, it's just chemistry.
Yeah.
It's just right now I'm at a position where I'm at a point in my life where you just gotta be relatable. You know, you gotta think like me. You gotta be elevated like me. Hey, everybody ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't elevated like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to be like thinking
Like me.
big, have goals.
Yeah.
All of that, except be humble in the process of getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I don't think that's asking for too much.
Yeah.
I just think
It's not.
That's just what it is, you know?
And so you don't even have a physical type?
No. I'm a short guy. I can't be too picky.
Yeah, but you can still...
No, what I'm saying is like, I'm not so judgmental on the outside. I'm really like tunneling in, like what's in there.
That's cool.
I really gotta know. Because the outside will fool you. Like my last relationship, the outside will fool you. That girl is evil.
Wait, the outside is what? Food?
I said the outside will fool you.
Oh, will fool you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
The outside will definitely fool you. Like the most beautiful is people in the world are the most evil sometimes.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about investing and being smart with your money.
Yeah.
Do you own a home yet or any type of real estate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you own a home you live in? What do you...
I own the home my mother lives in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I still be renting out. I move every 6 months.
Okay.
You feel me? I just be on the go, so.
So you rent where you live?
Yeah, I rent where I live, but I own my people's cribs.
Okay. So you own one house right now?
Two
houses.
Yeah.
Cool. And are there any, like, so your first big check, what'd you spend that on?
My mom, her house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a great investment.
Because right before that, we didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I was still on the road. I was Calboy and everything. Like, we still was poor.
Yeah.
You know, we downgraded from that 4-bedroom crib to a 3-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of us. When I say it was a lot of us in that 4-bedroom, it was like 15 people.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
a lot
My
of people.
cousins, my auntie, her kids, my other cousins, her kid, my uncle, his 2, my mother, her 5. There's a lot of us. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone was like sleeping on top of each other?
Yeah, for sure. My mom was my mom used to sleep in a basement room towards the left, and all her kids used to sleep under her.
Damn.
All of them. She had 5, and then right next door to that room was my auntie, and her 3 kids was under her. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it was. It was like families in each room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like,
but we made it work. It was always fun. We always had each other.
Parents sacrificing like that is just like incredible.
My grandmother was upstairs with her husband until he passed away. That was life for me.
Yeah.
It was deep.
Music. I want to hear about your process, please.
Yeah. I got a million ideas running through my head all day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So when I get to the studio, I don't write no more. I've been making music for so long, it's second nature to me now. Like, I just go in the booth and I just say whatever's on my brain. But I always have a concept going in.
Okay.
So it's always a concept, like Adam and Eve, for example. That was a concept. I wanted to compare a female snaking me out to Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
So I had that concept in my head, but I never wrote words. I just always had that idea. And then when I heard the right track for it, the right instrumental for it, I went right in and I just said what I felt.
So you're literally just like listening to the beat,
and
you go in and like it just comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
I just freestyle everything, and then it's kind of like writing on the computer. Because if I don't like the verse, I delete it, do a whole nother one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's my process. It's just like staying with a bunch of concepts in my head. You know what I'm saying? And matching them to the perfect instrumentals. Getting with the right producers and painting the right picture.
So you're not putting stuff in your phone throughout the week or anything like that?
Never. I don't ever jot nothing down. I don't ever write nothing down. I just feel like it's in me. You know?
That's really cool.
No, for real. Everybody say that. They like, that's crazy. And then I go in the studio, every session I make like 6 songs, 7 songs in every session. Like full thought out songs. And that surprised people too.
That is really impressive.
Yeah.
And you used to, like, I know your uncle bought you a mic and you got a computer and all that back in the day.
That's what I think killed the writing for me. That killed writing for me because I always had a studio accessible. So anytime I had an idea for a rap or something, I go straight to the computer. I never jot nothing down. I just go straight to the computer. And then I just stuck with me. After like years of doing that, it's easy now.
And so now are you engineering your own stuff too?
Yeah. Facts. I record every day in my own home. So yeah, I got to engineer myself. I do some of my own edits for my videos.
So that also is probably not the goal, but it's probably also better financially for you too, because you're like a master of all of it. Yeah,
it definitely is, but it's just something I always love doing.
Yeah. And that's like, I mean, not that there's any like, of course, like if you could have grown up in a nice, safe area, that would be best, but like that's something you got out of your situation. Like,
yeah, that's what made me.
Sure. Like, and you were able to do everything. Whereas maybe if you grew up in a place where like you were a little bit more privileged, you would have been
I wouldn't know
someone,
how to do.
Yeah.
A bunch of that stuff. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, certain things. I don't think everything happens for a reason, but I think certain things do sometimes.
So I did grow to appreciate that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I grew to appreciate where I come from and how I lived because it made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Sure.
So tell me, what else should we talk about on the music front that we should know about? What's coming? What's important to you? Anything else as far as just like what you do in a studio? And
I have a new project on the way. It's titled A Black Heart and a Red Rose.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about why that is?
Yeah, dive right into it. I started to use the emoji, the rose that's bent over.
Yeah.
My fans kind of like identify me with that because I use it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody asks me, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Like, if I was to take off my shirt, I got 13 of these tattooed on me. So,
damn.
Yeah, it's a symbolic thing. It's a symbolic thing that I always went by, and I learned it in the psych ward. When one of my mentors was talking to me, and he was telling me that, what was we talking about when he told me about the rose? Greek mythology.
Okay.
He was talking about Greek mythology, and he was like, man, it's symbolism for a lot of things, and you should go by some of this stuff. And we was looking into some book. I can't get the title of the book, but they started to explain what the stem of the rose represented, what the thorns represented, what the petals represented, and I just related to it. I'm like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. You feel me? So the roses are kind of like my good luck charm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I always keep those. Every time I accomplish something in life or do something that I always wanted to do, I get one of these tattooed.
Oh.
I got a bunch of them. So I go by that.
You're going to be filled with those.
Yeah. I got 13 on me now. And the black heart is just the way I be feeling sometimes.
Okay.
So it's half and half.
Yeah.
It's half of the dark mental state of me and the bright side of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's both.
And the dark side is kind of everything we've talked about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we expecting on this album?
Man, some different collabs, some old, some new artists.
Anyone we can know about or no?
I can let you know about a few. Fredo Bang.
Nice.
T-Pain.
Okay.
Jack Boy.
Hell yeah.
Who else we got on there? Sway Lee.
Oh, I love him.
It's a few other individuals on there. I don't want to give out too many.
Okay, I appreciate you giving those.
But you know, like it's a different range of artists. We got some big artists, some lower scale artists.
Some newer artists, some
newer artists, some older artists. Some are actually my friends. Some I'm not so close with. It's just a bunch of me. When I make music, it's mainly just my truths. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever I've been feeling, whatever I've been thinking, and it's very, very personal. Mm-hmm. It's not trendy at all. Like I don't make music according to what's popping or what's trending. I just make music like an open diary almost.
That'll probably be what helps you to last.
Yeah.
In the industry.
I just stay true to myself.
Yeah.
That's my best advice to everybody. Stay true to yourself. I don't care what nobody doing.
Cheers to that.
So it's all about what I'm doing.
Yeah. So the very last question, but this like you kind of maybe just gave, but is what is there something that you live by or that you're striving to live by, or just kind of like a piece of advice for others, something just that kind of uplifts us in a sense?
Yeah, that's definitely what I was just talking about. Just staying true to myself. You
okay, I figured.
Being real with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And not letting people dictate how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or how I should feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, my mental is strong enough to think on his own.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. I take pride in staying true to myself.
As you should.
Not following no trends, just doing what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's just what it is.
Good for you. And thanks for sharing as much as you have, like talking about, you know, hurting yourself and depression and anxiety and things.
Yeah.
As you know, that shit is not easy in general. It's hard and not always the easiest to talk about. Yeah. And I appreciate you sharing and hopefully feeling comfortable enough to share.
I think talking about it is going to help somebody else that's going through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you mentioned Herbo earlier. When he talked about how he felt losing his friends and going through his PTSD and anxieties, made me comfortable enough to talk about mine.
Yeah, and now you're gonna do that for however many other people.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna do it for somebody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just all about being vulnerable enough to help somebody. Just let them know I'm not the only one going through it. Everybody going through it.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to cry sometimes. It's okay to be human. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay to have the good days and the bad days.
Yeah, every day ain't gonna be perfect.
Even though what you're seeing on, online is pretty much everyone's highlight reel.
Yeah, and then everybody wanna be so caught up in that, like, yo, I'm Mr. Perfect, I'm Mr. Perfect. No, you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
You know what I'm saying? So
none of us are.
That's why individuals grow to appreciate people like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real with it.
Yeah. And now I'm one of those people too.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
appreciate
okay,
that.
so Calboy, we are right here in New York City. We walk from Times Square to Penn Station area. Yeah, Midtown, New York City. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much.
It's all love. It's all love. I appreciate you. I enjoyed the interview.
Say it again?
I said I enjoyed that interview.
You did?
Yeah, it was cool.
That means a lot. Any feedback as far as things I could do better next time or anything?
No, I kind of like how it was open. We just like took the conversation a lot of different places, so it was pretty cool.
Cool. And I hope you know that all my questions and everything we talked about, like that would be me talking. Like if there wasn't a camera, it'd be the same.
Yeah.
It's like genuine curiosity.
Yeah, facts.